All right, welcome to our special 5-part masterclass on the future of human health. We're kicking things off today with Part 1, Peptides 101. We're going to dive into what they are, how they actually work, and why they're becoming one of the most exciting and, one of the most controversial frontiers in medicine today. That is a really powerful statement from Dr. William Seeds, and it gets right to the heart of it. Experts aren't just seeing peptides as another treatment, they see them as a technology that could literally change the game in how we approach disease and health itself. But, and this is a huge but, all of that incredible promise comes with an equally serious warning. This whole field is exploding, but it's happening in a kind of Wild West landscape. Unregulated sourcing, a ton of misinformation, and, for a lot of people, some pretty significant risks. So to really wrap our heads around both the amazing potential and the very real dangers, we've got to go back to basics. We need to ask a really simple question. What is a peptide? Well, they're not some foreign substance we're injecting into our bodies. They are the native language your body uses to communicate. Right now, as you're listening to this, you've got over 300,000 different kinds of peptides inside you, and every single one has a specific job, telling your cells exactly what to do. And it's this cellular language that makes peptides a totally different ballgame compared to most of the medicines we're used to. It's really a tale of two different approaches. As peptide expert Dr. William Seeds puts it, a lot of traditional drugs have to kind of shoehorn their way into a cell's receptor to force some kind of action, usually to manage a symptom. Peptides, on the other hand, are all about signaling. They work to restore function right at the source of the problem. They're going after the root cause, not just slapping a Band-Aid on the downstream effects. So what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at two really powerful examples that show you the incredible potential of this whole root cause approach. This really shows you the sheer range we're talking about. You have peptides like BPC-157, which is famous for its versatile, system-wide repair functions, and then you have the ones making all the headlines, the GLP-1s like Ozempic, which are completely rewriting the book on weight management. And let's be clear, this is not some fringe biohacking trend anymore. Roughly 1 in 7 Americans is now taking a GLP-1 drug. We are talking about a mainstream medical revolution. And that brings us to the most critical part of this whole story. So we've seen the unbelievable potential here, right? Therapies that actually work with our body's own systems to heal from the inside out. But the explosion in interest has just completely outpaced any kind of real regulation. And that's created a super confusing and honestly often dangerous marketplace for people. As neuroscientist Andrew Huberman has warned, you have to be extremely cautious navigating the space. The single most important factor for whether a peptide is safe and effective is where it comes from. The source is everything. Okay, this is so important to understand. The black and gray market sources, the ones you see online that say for research purposes only, they are labeled that way for a reason. They are absolutely not for human use. They carry a huge risk of being contaminated with dangerous stuff like endotoxins, which can kick off a massive inflammatory response in your body. Seriously, just because you can buy it online does not mean it is safe. So you've got this incredible potential on one hand, and this significant risk on the other. So what are you supposed to take away from all this? Look, this isn't about trying to biohack your way to perfect health with some random powder you bought off a website. It's about understanding that we are on the edge of a powerful new medical frontier, and it really just highlights how critical it is to work with qualified doctors who know what they're doing and can source these things from regulated, state-licensed compounding pharmacies. As this technology just keeps racing forward, it forces us to ask some really profound questions. How do we balance giving people access to these potentially life-changing therapies with the absolute need for safety and regulation? That's a question we're all going to be grappling with for years to come.